Hi, my name is Chrissy Power, and this is my summary of my ISM paper with the topic, The Push for College. My research question was, why do American high schools tend to push college as the only legitimate way for students to obtain their future? I had this question ever since I was in high school, really, but I feel like college is not the best option for every student, yet it's the one that we choose to push to a majority of students, and I want to know the research behind it. When I began looking into this, I found a lot of articles talking about the class system of higher education. They talked about how it was a new, narrow-minded American dream, how families would do anything to get to college, and the pressure that it put on students from a young age with both academics and sports. I also looked into college enrollment. As of 2018, female students made up 56% of total undergrad enrollment, and male students made up 44%. I also found a large increase in enrollment between 2000 and 2010, with the mid-2000s hitting a peak enrollment in the United States for college enrollment. Female and male enrollment increased by 39% and 36% respectively. Hispanic enrollment increased by 148%. Black enrollment increased by 73%, and American Indian Alaskan Native enrollment increased by 29%. More students were going to college than ever before. I then looked into whether more students were graduating than ever before. Although enrollment hit an all-time high, so did dropout rates and failure. According to the National Center of Education Statistics, approximately 19.9 million students were enrolled in U.S. college in the fall of 2019. Nearly 7 million of those students dropped out in their first year, and over half of them never earned a degree. Those who did go on to earn a degree tend to accumulate an average of $32,731 in college debt. This number varied greatly based on what type of university students went to, whether it was public, private, and where they went to college, in-state or out of state. I also looked at what happened to these individuals after college. Gordon, in 2015, told PBS that there was an epidemic of college students across the country choosing a major of four-year universities that do not lead to a viable career path after graduation. There was a considerably high unemployment rate among these individuals, with 44% unable to find a job, and almost half of them finding a job in a degree or with a degree that did not pertain to them, or that a job that did not require a degree in the first place. This made me look into job requirements. In the 1990s, 75% of jobs could be obtained with a high school diploma or less. In 2020, that number decreased to a shocking only 35% of jobs. In the same amount of time, the need for a bachelor's degree or higher was increased from 9% to 47%. I began to wonder if jobs had really changed or just the requirements for them, and how do we best prepare students for these future careers? This got me looking at to what do careers and people want when they're looking to hire. Many studies found that there was little to no correlation between education level and job performance, but rather a strong correlation between job performance, intelligence, and work ethic. There were also many studies conducted that found the ability to obtain a degree does not reflect a high level of intelligence. Many companies are beginning to switch their mindset and rather only looking for a degree as a requirement, but looking into ways that they can test this intelligence and work ethic of new hirees. How can we best prepare our youth for a career without pushing years of college or a mountain of debt onto them? Throughout this project, I spoke with many teachers about it. It seemed to be a pretty universal understanding that college is not the best option for every student. Whether it's academic, home life, money, it's just not the best platform for every student. Julia Gordon told PBS, "We are doing a disservice to our students by assuming that all students need the same thing, and that's to go to college. when we know that it may not be the best choice for them. We are cheating them of reality. We do not have the courage to tell them no, so instead, we let the much harsher voice of life do it for us. We need to make a change in America. This push for college, which begins at a very young age, needs to cease to exist as we know it today. A study in 2019 was quoted saying, "Even if the value attached to a university degree is beneficial to those who obtain it, companies can help change the narrative by putting less weight on higher education as a measure of intellectual competence and job potential, and instead approach hiring with a more open-mindedness." There are other options out there for youth in the United States. Sage Journal, along with the American Sociology Association, found in a study in 2016 that an increase of low-income and minority students are choosing for-profit trade and technical schools over traditional universities and degrees. These students are able to get to work with their hands and learning a job that they hope to get into and making money right away. I wondered how all of this applied to my community specifically. I live in a community that's built by loggers, miners, and hardworking middle-class Americans. It's hard to tell these people and their children that a college degree is the best thing for them. It's also hard when the average college debt of $32,731 is more than the average yearly income of residents in my community, which is roughly $30,000. We need to bring back the mindset that working with your hands is just as valuable as learning from a book. We need to invest in vocational education and trade schools. We need to invest in the youth of America. Thank you.